have to go. Like, I'm going back to the room. I'm uncomfortable.
Really?
It made me so uncomfortable.
No way. Do you think that was intentional? Cheers, bro.
That they left it? Like, they got tired. Dude. I turned to my friend. I'm like, hey, those the clippers you shave your balls with? The haircut was bad though.
Whoa.
I like went there for the.
You went there for the experience.
Exactly.
You're like, dude, you did me dirty.
Literally on camera coding the fix to the software that I then have to deploy to our server in the middle of the show.
Oh my god.
It was the most stressful moment I've had. They tell me you look like terrorists. You need to fucking cut that shit. This is not okay.
Have you been on many podcasts?
I have only been on one.
You've only been on, which one?
I did, FoodBeast used to have a podcast called The Catch Up.
Oh, okay.
And after Rudy and I built that, I don't know if you remember this, we built a vending machine that the currency was Instagram post basically. So like you'd walk up, hit a button, it would give you a hashtag. You take a photo, post it on Instagram with that hashtag, and the vending machine would give you something free.
That was like a physical vending machine.
Yeah. We put them in Vegas, one in LA.
Oh, that's
And
sick.
it was for cup noodles. We did an activation, so it was all like
right.
that you could get free cup noodles.
Yeah.
But we also had like video games and different like gift cards and stuff in there. So you would go up and just kind of get a random gift for free.
Yeah.
But we built these machines and then talked about it. We brought us on the podcast. Rudy and I were on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
It was hosted by Eli and Jeff back there. Yeah, very incestuous
Okay,
podcast.
gotcha.
Yeah,
for sure.
All FoodBeast employees.
So it was kind of like an in-house thing that you were on.
Yeah, they were kind.
Yeah, they were
Unlike, no one made me look at pictures of rocks that look like dicks.
Oh, shit. Damn. You've been following, man. I wasn't sure if you've been following.
I was listening on the drive over.
Oh, you
were?
were?
I got to
Okay.
say, listen to a few episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I have free whiskey.
That's exactly why I can trust you. It's exactly why I trust you with everything.
I want to talk with you a little bit about the podcast, actually. I don't know if a meta conversation. Have we started?
Yeah. We're hot. I usually don't really have much of an intro, but I will.
I've noticed.
I will.
It's part of I have critiques.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So on that note, this is Chris, everyone. This is my longtime friend that we've known each other since high school. I recently had Aaron Chung as a guest.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so like same thing. Like you and I have known each other the same amount of time, over 20 years now.
Yeah, it's wild.
And I'm so stoked to have you on here. Like when I started this podcast, you were one of the first people in mind that I knew I wanted to have on eventually.
Why? Fluff me up, dude. You got to make me sound good.
God,
why'd you want
too
me?
much. I'm kissing out too much. You know, I'm rizzing you up. Honestly, I think just because you're always like you're hilarious. You have a brilliant mind. You're one of the most brilliant minds I know.
Of course.
And we always just have a good time. I think that's kind of the spirit of this podcast. Is just I've always wanted viewers to feel like they're a fly on the wall to two buddies. Eavesdropping on two buddies' intimate conversation. Oh, okay. And I feel like you and I always have good chats. It's always a fun time when we hang, and you have just so many hobbies and interests, and you're good at so many things. You're kind of a jack of all trades and a master at many of them. Wow. I would say. Yeah, I'm just who's paying for dinner tonight, baby.
Keep it coming, dude.
But dude, in all seriousness, thanks for coming on. I'm really glad that you made it here, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'm super happy to be here. This is awesome. I'm excited to just hang with you, man. I feel like any excuse to just come out. We're only like an hour away, but that hour feels like forever. And then you hit me up, and you're like, here's an excuse. I'm like, fuck yeah, hop in the car.
Exactly. Like this podcast is kind of like my birthday every week, where I can like guilt trip someone into coming. Because if there's nothing going on, you can't just be like, hey, let's just hang out nowadays. You know what I mean? Like you can, but it's harder to justify. And you accept when someone's like, no, I'm too busy, bro. But if it's like, excuse me, if someone's like, it's my birthday, then you got to come. You know what I mean? It's like you can guilt trip someone, like make them feel like a dick if they don't come to your birthday. That's how this podcast is. It's like, dude, I'm doing a show. I'd love to have you on. It'd be me supporting. You'd be supporting me in a way, and whatever things you want to plug on the show, sure. And then it's just an excuse. It's a proper excuse to chill. Yeah, and that's what I love about it. So thank you for letting me guilt trip you into coming here.
Hell yeah, man! I'm happy to be here. Yeah, that was actually gonna be the first thing I asked you. Was like, what are you doing with this thing? Like, what is this podcast?
What's the goal? What is it about?
No, not the goal. I just wanted to know, what's your, like, each episode, I feel like you bring people on. Yeah. People, relatively accomplished people.
Sure.
Myself not included.
Nah.
And
come on.
it seems like the real reason they're there is just because you like them. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I was worried you were going to give me an intro that was going to, like, talk about what I do. And I was like, no, that's not why I'm here, though. Like, I'm here because we used to fucking buy girl jeans together in high school when we were playing in an emo band.
Dude, that's
like,
it. That's it.
That's why. I know the deal.
Honestly, like, this is a show where I feel like when I have a guest on, it's because of multiple factors of who they are. It's not just one thing. And I'm sure at some point I might have some guests on that I don't know, you know, like in the future, where I'm like, I only know them for whatever it is, their music or their acting, whatever it is. And so, but I feel like I take it as an opportunity to get to know someone. And for the people I already know that, you know, everyone is like, is very diverse. Like, no one's black and white, and everyone has so many things that they're into or things that they can share and stories. Like, everyone is a treasure trove. Everyone you see at the grocery store, just some random fucking dude in a weird jacket, you're like, that guy has some interesting shit to say.
What if he doesn't, though? Just talk to people you know. Don't ever branch out. Don't explore new things.
You know what?
It's dangerous out there.
I'm speaking too soon.
That guy's jacket just sucks.
That dude's creepy. You know, that guy. But honestly, dude, I just feel like there's, like, the people that I've had on are people that I hold close to my heart. A lot of good friends that have already been on here, yourself included. And I feel like they're all, like, I find all of you fascinating in a way. You know what I mean? Like, you all have something interesting to share. And sure enough, I've been validated by the responses from the viewers and the listeners. They're like, dude, that was a good episode. Everyone's like been raving about the Aaron episode.
Yeah.
Because he's just like sharing all these cool secrets from behind the scenes of the film industry. He's got so much, like, and at this point in our lives, I feel like we're in our 30s now, like firmly planted in our 30s, where we've racked up some life experiences.
Yeah,
you know, we can talk about shit that we did, stupid things that we did back in the day. And that's the beauty of it too, is that a lot of us are very open and transparent, and like, we know who we are. We're not afraid of our past. We don't feel that much shame, and so we're willing to just talk about it openly and be like, dude, we're all human. We're all fuck-ups at some point in our lives. We did stupid shit, and we can just sit back now and laugh about it. We're all in a good place. Yeah. So I think that's sort of, you know, the spirit of what I'm trying to communicate to the listeners.
I mean, I was raised religious from a young age, and so I do actually have a lot of shame. That's something that's just deep-seated.
Honestly, so
dude. I don't, you know, we'll see. I might share some things that I don't know, you know, I won't feel good about it.
It's too close to home,
but it is what it is.
Yeah. My mom texted me the other day after watching one of the episodes, and she's like, what about talking, why don't you talk more about Christ?
It's genuine feedback.
Genuine feedback. I mean, I think she was...
What did you think?
I think she was a bit tongue-in-cheek about it, but I think she would, like, love it if I just, like, started... If I cracked open the old book.
Should we do 5 minutes on the Catholic Church?
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I don't know about Catholic. That's... might get canceled for that. Can we talk about the Catholic Church?
We can definitely talk about the Catholic Church, but we have to be critical. That's the only way that you can talk about the atrocities committed by such a large organization.
Shit.
When
I get Justin Bieber on here, like, you know, what's your opinion of the Catholic Church now versus when you were 12?
Wait, was he?
No, I don't know.
Okay. I thought... I was like, wow, this got too real.
He was once a target.
I mean, he was...
So were you and I.
Look.
Isn't that insane? You and I were once a target.
I seen pictures of Bieber at 12. He's a much better target than I ever was. Not to discredit my 12-year-old self, but, you know.
Although he did look kind of girly when he was younger.
Might have turned a priest off.
Might have turned a priest off.
Not really their thing.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, you know what? That's where I draw the line.
Yeah. Do you think it's because... Oh, no.
Nothing's off limits.
Okay.
Nothing's off limits.
So, do you think Justin Bieber looking feminine as a 12-year-old would turn a priest off because they're so devout and they understand that they can't be with a woman? Or is it because they just love little boys?
So by that definition, by that nature, would them being with little boys actually be honorable?
It's like when a religious girl is like anal only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not breaking the letter of the law. So we're good. We're all good.
Dude, it's like, what's that joke?
I did not lie with a woman.
Or like if your girlfriend gives you shit for watching porn.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you want me to go fuck another broad? You know what I mean? This is the lesser of two evils here.
I see the logic.
You know what I mean? God would be ashamed. Got to be ashamed of me. So I should jerk off to these midgets doing.
Is that what you?
A rodeo. I mean, whatever. It's a hypothetical, but I wouldn't put it past myself.
Yeah.
I don't judge.
I kind of like just the entirety of the human experience.
Yeah.
You know,
we're here to experience it all.
Yeah. See it all. You know?
Yeah.
Let's just check it out once or twice. See what's out there.
Does that make us almost more religious for like judging priests for touching boys?
Oh yeah, dude. Way more. I'm way better than a priest.
We're way better? Or are we more, or are we just as judgmental? Because we're like,
oh no.
No, dude.
They earned the judgment.
They earned it. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
There
we go. That segment for Kyle's mom. There you go.
So mom, you can start watching now.
Simple as that.
Dude, but how's life, man? How are things? How's just things in general? You just got back from Italy and stuff. Like, how are things?
Life is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That'll fade a little bit because obviously I just got back from my honeymoon, so you know that. You're referencing that. I was in Italy with my wife for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I still have, I skipped Rome. I skipped it entirely. But I imagine I interacted with a few Catholics.
Sure.
Beautiful country and really just such a nice trip. So it's
was it your first time there?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been to Italy.
Nice.
I've been out of the
Never
country. I've only been to I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Japan twice. It's the only place I've ever been outside of the United States, which is weird because Mexico is like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, but
I've never been there.
Not sure what.
I think I went to
Mexico.
To Niagara Falls once as a child.
On the
Canada
Canadian
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is Italy your fave out of all the places you visited so far?
I really enjoyed Italy. I loved it. I also really liked. I love Japan.
Yeah, I mean Japan's just
beautiful.
And I went amazing.
First time I went to Japan was just for fun on vacation with our friend Rudy. You know Rudy.
Yeah.
Second time I went was for work, and we were shooting a documentary on like the only place in the world that farms bluefin tuna.
Oh,
and
wow.
so we took a plane to we fly into Tokyo and then fly out to like a remote island in the south of Japan, and they hop on a boat and go out to the pens. They're not little; they're huge.
Yeah.
Where the tuna is like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So where they raise these tuna, and it was just such an experience that I would have never had as just for traveling.
Right.
If I'm going to Japan for vacation or
that's
for
like
fun.
some Vice shit or something. You got to experience that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's
nuts. Just the scenery you see there. So it's so cool. And cool is like the worst descriptor.
And I feel like,
but it's so beautiful.
And I feel like I feel so tall when I go to Japan. It's the only place in the world that so far that I've felt tall.
Yeah, you feel tall in Japan.
Damn, let me get that for you. Like it's like a flex.
How was that?
It was interesting. It was like, so this is what it's like, and I felt like I had to crouch down a lot more. You know what I mean?
To get through a doorway?
To get through, maybe not a doorway. They're not hobbits, but they're people, dude.
What are you crouching for then?
There's fucking, like at the supermarket, like, oh, the good shit is like, like when you go to an American store, the good shit's at the top.
Yeah, top shelf.
But it's like, it's still at the top shelf there, but it's lower. It's like a shelf or two lower.
It's like nipple height. So, You're just like, let me just get
my mantage just fucking squeezed in and grabbed a bottle of whiskey.
Hey.
That's pretty dope, dude.
That's a good trip.
Yeah, for sure, dude. But dude, did the wife like it? Italy?
Yeah, she loved it.
Okay.
She's been there before, so it was kind of cool. We
nice.
went to a few cities she's been to before, so she was a little bit of playing tour guide, and also like, I remember this spot. Sometimes like surprising memory. But yeah, man, we did it. It's honeymoon, so I kind of tried to do it up. I tried to go to like a nice place, go to like a resort.
Okay.
We go to the Amalfi Coast.
Ooh.
And stay at a spot that had like a beach club. It's like on a cliff, and you go down and you could jump straight into the ocean, or I guess it's the sea.
Danger.
Jump into the sea right off of the rocks, like off the
shit.
at the hotel.
What?
It's beautiful.
You didn't
it's
have to
amazing.
sign a waiver or anything for
no
that?
waivers. I'm sure I did. I didn't look.
In America, you'd sign 30
signed
waivers.
Stuff.
Whatever. Sign your life.
I signed the bill. I saw what the that cost.
Yeah.
Did all that, but I kind of had like a panic attack at some point in the middle of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I would too, jumping off that cliff.
No, not from that. Not
from the cliff.
No, cliffs are fun, dude. I was doing backflips on that shit. It was awesome.
It was in the taxi. What the fuck did you get
at breakfast? So I've never been to this is gonna say more about me than I've just like talked up my trip on how baller it was.
Yeah.
But also like I've never once in my life done a baller trip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was in this hotel that's like a beautiful resort.
Yeah.
Where everybody's talking to you like you're like the man.
Right.
And
like you did something. Like you.
It's so uncomfortable. I have this thing. I don't know how to explain it. I have this thing where when people call me by my name and they don't know me.
Yeah.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so every morning, this was like the third morning. Every morning we go in to get breakfast. It's beautiful. By the way, Italian breakfast spreads at hotels, way better than American continental stuff.
Sure.
They're like slicing prosciutto off of the leg of a pig. It's amazing.
Oh, you're telling me that was better than Frosted Flakes?
Hey,
Come on.
To each their own.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So I walk in, it's third day in a row. The woman with a clipboard walks up to me and says like, my wife booked the spot, so this whole time she's been calling me Mr. Romero.
Yeah, which is your wife's.
My wife's last name.
Sure.
Well, yeah, for now.
Yeah.
And
work on it.
It's not mine. So not only is this person calling me by my name and they don't know me, but they also are calling me by the wrong name.
You're like, nice try.
And I just kind of like, no, I just couldn't do it. I was like, I have to go. I have to.
Really?
Sorry, I hit the table.
No, you're
like,
good.
I have to go. Like, I'm going back to the room. I'm uncomfortable.
Really?
It made me so uncomfortable.
No way.
Just the like.
That she got it wrong, or that she knew your guys' names?
No, that she knew it and that she had a clipboard and that she knew my name because it was her job to know my name.
Yeah.
And not because I had like made an impression.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'm very like merit based in my interactions with people.
Sure.
I want to know. I go to the bar, meet the bartender, I order like probably 7 too many drinks.
Right.
And they know me because I make a fucking scene.
Exactly.
You know, and they remember that guy.
Yeah. So it's like if that lady's calling you by name, you're like, what the did I do for you to know my name?
I didn't earn
You didn't earn it. And also, and it's almost like you get paranoid, I think, when you're not at that class. If someone's treating you that nice, you're not used to it, and you're like, what do I owe this person? What do you want? You know what I mean? It's almost like when someone's too nice, or you get that higher level class of service, you're like, is there a catch? Is there a caveat?
I didn't even go there with it.
Dude, like, there's
so just that shame. Remember we were talking about shame?
Yeah.
It's that shame.
It's that shame, baby.
It's like, I don't deserve this.
Shame just
I'm not
creeps
supposed
up.
to have this. This isn't okay for me.
It's like, what is it called? Intruder alert. Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Right? You're just like, I didn't earn this trip. I don't deserve to be here.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, you hustled your ass off. You made the money to pay for the trip. It's not like you were a trust fund baby or some shit. You made the fucking thing. You deserved it. You earned it. It wasn't a lot. You didn't win a lottery.
Right. By all literal measurements of did you earn it, like the answer's yes.
Yeah.
But like imposter syndrome's a motherfucker.
For sure, dude.
You deal with it?
Every time.
Yeah?
All the time. All the time. I'm just like, dude, they're gonna figure me out. There's a group of people that already know that I'm full of shit and that I don't deserve all the things that I have, and that I faked it till I made it, type of thing. And I'm like, I'm not really talented. I don't really have any skill set. I just grinded hard and worked hard and like put my head down long enough to do this. But it doesn't mean that I'm skilled. It doesn't mean that I can do it again. You know what I mean? Like, all the fucking time. I'll be up at night just for out till 4 in the morning.
Well, it sucks because like with you, that's all true.
You see right through me.
Sorry, man.
You see right through me.
Yeah.
Dude, so how did you handle that? Like after you, like, do you have a process when shit like that happens? Do you go internally? Do you like meditate? Do you breathe? You know,
I wish I had any of those ideas. What I did was just go to my beautiful room with my patio that overlooks the sea and just stand on the balcony and look at the most beautiful view in my life and just feel sorry for myself. The stupidest thing you could ever do. Like, what a fucking idiot. And then like 5 minutes later, my wife's like, are you done?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right.
This is silly.
What am I doing?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the dumber moments of my life, I think.
No, dude, I think that I don't even think it's I think that's why it's so relatable, because I think everyone's been there at one point or another. I think I was talking about this to Aaron actually, where I was just like, yeah, you know, you ever been to this is exactly what we're talking about. I was like, you ever been to a hotel that's like outside of your means? It's like well outside of it's like way nicer than what you're used to. And then when you get there, you maybe have like a bag or two that you're just used to taking yourself to the room. And then like someone's like, oh, let me grab that for you, sir, or whatever. And they give you that special royal treatment. They pull out the red carpet and you're like, it feels weird. You're like, dude, it's a backpack. I got it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no. It's like, dude, and so it's almost like, are you trying to rip me off or some shit? You know, like you're just totally not from that space, that environment.
No, I'm good with that.
It's jarring.
I'm good with that. They can take the bags. That's
shit.
fine. Well, they do that. They do that everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not just at the nice ones.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I've been to places where like it was just a day trip, and I was like in a nice hotel for a business thing, and I had like literally just a backpack that was just already on me.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, I'll get that for." I'm like, no, like I don't need this level of service. You know, I appreciate it, but it's more than I'm used to, more than I need.
Yeah.
More than I need. But then there's people out there who are used to that, and they're like, he didn't offer to take my handbag. That was like, you know, weighed 1 pound.
Kind of rude. Honestly.
What a dick.
Kind of a dick.
What kind of shithole is this?
Okay, so you're telling me that you had this conversation with Aaron already on this podcast. What other conversations did you have with Aaron that we could also just rehash?
Oh, is that a serious question?
Yeah, we just do his episode. Let's just do that.
Things.
Yeah. I've never worked. I'm not part of any unions. I've never worked on a Hollywood set.
Yeah.
But I have worked on a couple productions.
Yeah, I mean,
I could do his interview.
You were telling me that you did a music video recently.
Oh yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, I did a music video for Night Versus.
Oh,
recently.
Sick! Was it for their new album that just dropped?
Yeah, dude. Have you heard any of it?
I haven't had a chance.
It's really fucking good.
I just now followed. Like, I just realized that there are so many people in my life that I have not followed on Instagram because I'm just not like, I create a lot of social media stuff, but I don't consume a lot of it. I'm like, oh, so I think I just followed you like this week because I was like, oh, I gotta like research Chris and like look at his photos and stuff.
You pull up my Instagram, you're like, there's nothing here.
Dude,
there's literally nothing.
Fucking bullshit. I've got stuff,
Oh,
and it will come to the surface.
The problem with my Instagram is everything on it is so old, except for like the last 6 posts.
Don't worry about it. I leverage that. Shit. Don't worry about it. It's fucking perfect. But I was like, oh my God, Night Versus. They're not like, I followed him. I followed them. I followed Nick and Eric and all them.
Yeah.
But so you made this. By the way, Night Versus is a progressive rock?
Progressive instrumental metal band, I guess you could say. I don't know if metal's right, but they're prog band.
Yeah, it's a 3-piece band. These are guys that we've known since high school, close friends of yours, really chill dudes, and they made it. They
just
go on tour.
Wildly
That's what they do.
Talented musicians too.
Unreal,
like,
unbelievable,
creative beyond bounds. They're really like, if you should check them out, I would say check them out.
I've read
if you want to check them out, we made a music video. You could watch Karma Wheel.
Karma Wheel, is that the one that you made a video for?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through that, like, because you're such a man of multi-talents. Like, you can do video production, you can do design, you can do writing. You're funny as fuck. So
yeah, this is a really funny video.
It's I'm just imagining like there's just a punchline every.
No, dude, it's so serious. Everything, and I work with
Nick pulls out a rubber chicken as he's shredding.
I would love it. And I pitch. So okay, I work with whenever we do this, like I've done a number of music videos with this band.
Yeah.
And almost every time it works the same way. Eric and I will get together. Eric's their drummer, who's also just a multi-talented creative,
He's
amazing
one of the best
drummer,
drummers in the country,
amazing
in the
artist.
World, I would say.
Like a visual artist as well. He actually put together. They have 2 music videos out. He put together one of them on his own, and then also just does just amazing artwork. So he'll paint guitars. He has prints you can buy. He has merch and stuff. He's just a super talented guy.
Yeah,
and really fun to be creative with.
Right.
Just a cool mind, you know.
Right.
So you get in a room with him, just throw ideas back and forth.
Yeah,
you end up somewhere fun.
For sure.
And so he and I almost every time get together, and we start thinking about what we want to do. And he might come with some ideas, I might come with some ideas, and we just kind of bounce stuff back and forth. And it almost always ends up being something incredibly violent and moody and dark.
I mean, that matches the music.
That
matches the brand, yeah, for sure.
And so this last video, I definitely had a moment where I was like, what if we just didn't? What if we just didn't do that?
We've made it flowers and rainbows and horseshoes. And
I wrote a story about... Maybe I might want to produce this one day, but whatever, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I wrote a story about a young girl who befriends a demon, and the demon makes people's heads explode on her command. And
Sick.
so when people's heads explode, different things come flying out of their heads. So it could be
a
frogs.
pinata, could be candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Confetti, could be anything,
Could be
right?
crack. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be something fun, might be something, it could be motor oil,
And
might
does
be
the
really
stuff
gross.
does the stuff that flies out of their heads relate to who the person was?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the idea.
Dope. Dude,
He
what
didn't
would
like it.
What would
He didn't like it. He didn't like it.
What would
Well,
fly
'cause
out of my
it's
head?
so-
What
it's
would fly?
silly.
What would fly out of my head?
Out of your head? Leopard geckos.
Damn, actually, that's pretty close to what I was gonna say.
Really? What were you going to say?
Plushies,
Well, like what kind?
all kinds. I would say such a variety. You know, but
Like
really
Beanie Babies?
softer,
Oh.
more cuddly.
Like the penis?
That would be. He would fly right out. He'd
Right
be the
out.
first one out.
Yeah.
He'd be leading the pack.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's a very aerodynamic shape to lead the pack.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, but continue.
No, that's it. That's the whole story.
Oh yeah, cool,
Yeah.
dude. So is it up already? The video?
Yeah, not the head exploding one.
Okay.
That one didn't make it.
Do you think you'll
But the
ever?
other one
Do you
is.
think you'll ever make that into production? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
do something with
I
it?
kind of want to write it into like a short film.
A
Produce that.
short. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
could
it'd be
see
fun.
that. Could I be in it?
Do you want to?
Could I be one of the guys that heads explodes?
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. I mean, I don't
could
have
do
to have
that.
any speaking lines or whatever. Maybe I could have a speaking line where I'm just like, "Oh shit," and then that's it.
Ah!
Yeah.
And then head explodes.
Yeah.
I love this.
I thought that for a second. I thought this is my first time I really looked at your hat. At first, I thought it was a MAGA hat.
I get that a lot. I get it a lot. First of all,
People just side eyeing you like, who the is this guy?
I didn't realize it for like a year into having this hat that people could confuse it for that.
You want some more whiskey?
Sure. Yeah. First of all,
All right, so I'm not alone here. I'm not alone. I feel
I've never seen a MAGA dad hat. It's an untapped market for Trump if he's listening.
facts.
Also, it's lowercase. I don't know. I'm looking for differences. Also,
Spot the differences.
maybe it's maybe it's in some way a commentary on Trump being super shady.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Is it?
I don't know. It's not even my hat. Someone left it in my house, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you think that was intentional? Cheers, bro.
That they left it, like they got tired.
Dude, they got all the same responses that you did. Like, I'm passing this shit on to Chris.
They got tired of being cut off on the freeway and having their
Getting honked
cart
at.
pushed into at the grocery stores. Oh man,
bro.
do people still wear MAGA hats?
Dude,
What a fashion
it's
trend.
weird. It's weird because not in LA, I don't think.
Yeah.
But for sure, like in the red states,
Yeah.
has to be all over the place.
You think so?
For sure, especially because he's like under so much heat right now and all
Yeah.
that. It's like people are that's when his boys come out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're like, no, they have to
Proud
challenge
boys.
it. Proud boys, so proud,
Never surrender.
so proud. Never give up, never surrender.
Wait, what's that? What's that from?
You know what it's from? By Grabthar's Hammer. What a savings.
I can't place it.
Galaxy Quest, bro.
Galaxy Quest.
Hey!
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Rickman, bro. Rip.
Wow.
Ripperoni.
It's
Dude,
funny when
what a
you
good
said
legend.
it, I was thinking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Because of the voice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then,
That's right up there.
yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I'm such an asshole. My
What are
phone
you doing?
is like going
What?
off.
What's going on?
Sorry.
You got to take a call?
No,
you
I
wanna
don't.
take it on the pod?
No. I would. I wish it was a call. It's just text messages. By the way, you get that alert this morning? The emergency test?
Yeah, it didn't say anything. Oh, it just said it was a
It's
test.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a widespread test. It's supposed to go to everything, like even television and everything.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of underwhelming, honestly.
A little bit. I was like, if you're gonna blow up my fucking phone, have something interesting. Like, it's kind of cool when they're like, it's a flash flood, like lock your doors or
At least it's something.
yeah. I'm like, all right, something to look forward to. I feel alive.
You look forward to flash floods?
I think it's cool. Like, I feel like being in natural disasters are fun if you know that you're gonna survive.
Yeah.
Like, being in a tsunami would be really fucking fun. You see those dudes just like cruising on a car and it's floating down the freeway? That looks hella fun if you knew that
know.
you weren't gonna die.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
But I do feel bad for the millions of people's lives being destroyed and all that.
God's will.
That part sucks.
God's will, according to Kyle's mom.
God's plan, according to Drake.
Who is that?
Who?
He a Trump fan?
No,
I bet he is.
No, that's Kanye.
Oh, right. Yeah. When's he going to be okay again?
Dude, will he ever?
I'm having a hard time pretending I don't like his music.
Yeah.
It's not going well for me.
For Kanye?
Oh, no, just me. I'm self-centered. I'm thinking about me. I'm not thinking about Kanye right now.
But whose music are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Kanye's music.
Yeah,
but I'm making it about me by talking about how difficult it is for me not to listen to it. You know?
Right. Kanye. I'm the one struggling here.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good question. How well are you able to separate the artist from the art? You know what I mean?
Dangerously well. I'm like
me too.
really good at it.
Me too. Like Louis C.K., like even after all those allegations, I'm like, I'm still laughing. All of his jokes are still funny. It doesn't change how funny the jokes are just because he's saying it. Although I'm a hypocrite because at one point, right after I watched the Michael Jackson documentary, I was like, Billie Jean just don't slap the same.
Oh man, but that's so different. Michael Jackson and
you gotta take it case by case. Yeah, it's
Louis
different.
C.K.
It's different.
I'm not trying to
justify.
I'm not trying to justify
for sure,
and I'm not trying to.
What he did was a little shady.
I mean,
for sure.
But he was maybe the most polite sex offender.
Yeah, he was.
It sounds like he asked every time. And right, power dynamics are important. Like, let's not throw that out the window.
Right.
But it sounds like he made the lowest possible effort.
Maybe what he thought was consent.
Yeah, like enough for him to justify it. I'm not saying that that's okay. I don't justify it at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Just make that clear.
Wait, how do you even have sex as a famous person?
Oh god.
Because even if they say, yeah, I want to have sex with you, how do you prove that it wasn't your power dynamic that really coerced them into it? Is that like, do you have to have a contract? Do you have it notarized?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
If I ever get there, I'll let you know.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. I'm so glad. Like, it's nice to not be like, dude, it's got to be a curse to be famous. Like, it's got to be.
Dude, it's so good to just be unknown and like to be unsuccessful and to have no, you know.
Okay, to be successful without the fame, right?
Yeah.
But it like that's possible. Just do real estate.
Do you know people that do real estate?
Not really. My dad kind of does real estate, but he does more like property management than like actually selling homes. So he doesn't deal with people in that way.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really know.
So
do
then
you?
I'm not gonna say anything about it then anymore.
No, dude. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it.
I have nothing good to say.
Or it just feels too salesy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. Get your bag and stuff, but
I mean, everyone who does real estate that I know from like when we grew up, are like people that like
you thought would probably end up in real estate.
Like I knew they wouldn't end up somewhere better. No offense to anybody.
Well, it just feels like to me, it feels like real estate is like a type of job that people who do it only enjoy it because of the money, not because they actually enjoy the job.
Yeah, which I can respect.
You can, but then you're also just like I'd respect it more if they actually liked the job, like had a passion for the job and like trying to get people the best.
Who has a passion for real estate?
What is
it? Who could that's what I'm saying. A serial killer.
That's what I'm saying. It's a passionless job. It's a passionless job, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're a day trader or something. I just jerk at the stocks.
I bet you they're passionate about that. Dude.
They're passionate about that.
That's the only way they get it up.
They put $1. Who needs lotion when you got $1 bill?
Does it work that way?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
Oh, can you pause the camera?
I don't got dollars to spare, bro. I love that I had an outline.
What do you have?
Gone completely off the rails. That being said, I do have some questions that I want to ask you.
Okay.
And some things that I want to show you.
I'm nervous for things that you would show me because I've done a little bit of my research and it seems like.
Then let's start with that.
Well, okay. I guess I kind of brought that on myself.
I've known you for so long.
Oh, wow.
And one thing that's been consistent, or I should say never consistent, is your haircut and your hairstyle. So I want to go through the evolution of your hairstyles.
Okay.
So I kind of did some digging into your Instagram, your wife's Instagram.
Okay.
I went back a long time.
Okay. This one's pretty far. This is what, 2012?
Yeah, this has to be exactly at least 10 years ago.
I remember this haircut. I got this haircut in Houston.
Okay.
At the barbershop from the film Rushmore.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Where his dad cuts hair?
Yep.
No shit. That's dope.
Kind of wild,
Rushmore.
right?
I love Rushmore.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
It's great.
Dude.
Kind of the haircut was bad though.
Whoa.
I like went there for the
You went there for the experience.
Exactly.
And you're like, dude, you did me dirty.
I was like, I'm in Houston. I need a haircut.
I don't
might
know,
as
dude.
well.
It looks pretty good from here.
Yeah,
it's
you can't
clean
even-
cut.
You can't even see the.
You can definitely tell that you said it was in Houston.
Yeah, that was in Houston.
You can definitely tell it's like a Texas, like it's a red state type.
it's a
type
military haircut.
dude. Because that's what I thought. It's like this looks like you just got back from Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's high and tight.
Especially because like you're hugging. Is that your wife?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is. Yeah, my girlfriend at the time.
Looks like you just got back from from the good war.
An IED took my good leg.
Yeah, right, dude. You're leaning on her. You're not even hugging her. You're just trying to stand up, bro. Yeah. You need support. So this is the clean cut Chris, which I love. These are the different generations. So this one,
yeah.
I love this one too because it's like this is when the beard really grew out and you let it really just take hold. But you also like styled the hair on top. So it's like you had this really like kind of like grungy on the bottom. It was like business in the front, party in the back.
Yes, the upside down mullet.
The upsy mullet for
yeah,
sure.
And this is we call this one the lion's mane because it's big
lion's
all
mane.
the way around.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is. It's a power move. I think it's a power move and it shows confidence. It also very much reminded me, like the beard just reminded me of this.
Oh,
like,
you know what?
You know what I mean? Like, dude, that beard is meant for that look.
Yeah, it really is.
Just give you a hat and a Torah and you're.
I always get that. So
Is that meat kosher?
The two sides of my family.
Yeah.
One, very religious. White side of my family, very religious, very
Mom's side.
Christian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Catholic into whatever version of Christianity there is.
Yeah.
They always tell me when I have the long hair and the beard, they always tell me, "You look like Jesus."
For sure.
And they say it so lovingly. Then the other side of my family, all Arab,
yeah.
they tell me you look like terrorists. You need to fucking cut that shit. This is not okay.
Dude, that's a really astute observation that I never really picked up, is that there's a fine line between Jesus Christ and jihad.
Jihad Christ.
Jihad Christ.
That's my new rap name.
Dude, what a fine line.
Yeah, man. They would not like this picture.
Dude, why not, bro? I mean, the conservative side wouldn't. But I mean, it's like, this isn't terrorist-ish.
Oh, no. I just mean from like thousands of years of power struggles in the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, that might rock the boat a little bit. All right, so there's this one.
Oh, the man bun.
Just slightly more, yeah. So this is when your hair, because in the previous one your hair wasn't quite long enough to do this,
right?
But at some point you're like, it's long. I'm not cutting it. Yeah. I'm tying it back because I can, and I'm keeping the beard the way it is. So this is, how long has it been? Do you still do the man bun occasionally?
Oh yeah, all the time. Okay. All the time.
Okay.
And the man bun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
One style you're going to be missing here is the ponytail. Which is a relatively new one for me.
I couldn't find a ponytail one.
The ponytail, it's pretty new.
Really?
And then you may have this.
Yeah.
From Liz. I don't want to spoil it if you have it.
Okay, I only have one more after this.
You would know if it's the one I'm thinking of right now.
I don't think I do then.
Okay, yeah. So I have pioneered a very new look.
Okay.
Which I'll send you after this. Maybe you can edit it in.
Dreads?
No. I absolutely hate white guys with dreads.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to be your own worst enemy.
White guy reggae, even. I just can't. Yeah. I cannot fucking stand it. I've never been more upset about music in my life.
Appropriation.
Oof.
I will just say.
Oof.
So what is this look?
So apparently I can't separate art from the artist.
Yeah, no shit.
So okay, the last one, or probably not your last one, but the one that I will say that I pioneered recently, is the braid beard.
Braid beard. You can braid the beard?
I can. No.
What?
I can bring my hair down in front of my chest and braid it into a beard.
What?
Yeah.
You've done that?
Yeah. Well, Liz has to help me. I can't do it myself.
Holy shit.
I don't know how to braid.
That's crazy.
But I also like the Willie Nelson braid. I feel like you have an incomplete catalog.
Yeah, no. Well, you're a hard man to find on social media.
No, that's true.
But which I respect. But this is the last one that I have of you. This is a more recent one. This is a screen grab from a recent stream you did on FoodBeast.
Oh yeah, this was think when Eli was trying to drive the
little
Power
mini
Wheels.
car. Yeah, the Power Wheels.
Yeah, the Power Wheels.
And this is your current look.
Yeah, pretty current.
What you've got here. This is like, it looks like, this is, I would say, this is your metal phase. It looks like you're in a metal band. But in this photo, like you just saw a spider that you're scared of.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's like a bit of dichotomy there.
I actually love spiders. Did you know that?
Did you really? Do you
I
really?
love them. I love them.
Oh, no.
I'm I know all the spiders in my house.
Oh,
I know them by name.
Oh, hell no.
And if you show me a picture of a spider that lived, this could be a fun game if I had told you about it a week ago. If you show me a picture of a spider that lives in California, I could probably tell you what the spider is.
The type of spider is.
I just love them. Anytime I see a spider, I never kill them.
Oh,
unless this is going to sound bad.
Unless they're gay.
You got me. No. I kill black widows and I kill brown widows.
Oh, well, those
in California,
poisonous.
those are the only ones that you see commonly that are actually dangerous. Brown recluse here every once in a while. I've never seen one in person, so if I saw one, I would kill it. But those are the only ones that I'll kill.
If you see like a non-dangerous spider in your house, do you catch it and let it outside, or do you just let it roam around your house?
It depends. If it's like a daddy long legs classic,
sure.
They're
not even
good.
worth touching.
They can stay.
They can chill.
And that really the determining factor of if a spider can chill,
your wife,
is my wife.
For sure.
If she's okay with it, I want them to stay.
Yeah.
What I hate, they eat.
Exactly.
It's the perfect arrangement.
Yeah, that's true.
When I see a fat spider, I'm like, go get him, tiger. This is awesome.
My problem is that I hate all the things they eat, and I also hate them.
Don't hate them.
So it's like, I wish there was something I could bring into the house that would eat everything, that would eat both of them.
Leopard gecko.
If I see it, you're right.
Leopard gecko, baby.
Dude, but you know what? Actually, there was a baby lizard that made its way into my house the other day. Yeah. And I didn't think, I wasn't thinking that far ahead to be like, oh, it could eat all the spiders in my house. So I called my cat over, and I was like, my cat will fuck this up.
They'll get him.
And all my cat did was put its paw on the lizard and make it stop moving. And then it would let go and then wait for the lizard to move again and would just keep pawing it. And I was like, dude, you're useless. And so I had to I captured it and let it out. Yeah. But no, spiders I don't get on a first name basis with spiders. It's not my jam. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think it's because when I was a kid, I woke up in the middle of the night to a spider. I think it was a daddy long legs crawling on my face.
That's not good.
And ever since then, it's just I got to go to therapy if I really want to get over my spider trauma. Yeah. It's spider trauma.
You can work through it.
Have you always loved spiders? You've always been down with them?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
See, I think you're it's
I grew up
ingrained early on in childhood.
Man. I grew up in Texas.
Yeah, they're just everywhere.
I grew up we had land. You know what I mean? Not like out here where your house is 2 feet away from the next house. Yeah. So we had land, and on land there's
spiders
bugs.
were like your roommates, you know what I mean? Like
spiders, grasshoppers, cicadas, like all kinds of
sharing bunks with those guys.
Yeah, they're hanging out, man. Yeah.
They're at the fire.
I have actually the most traumatizing bug story I have as a child was involves a grasshopper, which, when I was a kid I like to play with action figures. Yeah. So I had I had this box. It was the perfect box.
A box?
It was a box.
Okay.
But I flipped it over upside down.
Yeah.
And I drew a circle.
Yeah.
And that was the ring where all the action figures fought.
Oh,
it was
dope.
The best.
It was the octagon.
It was basically before the octagon though.
Yeah.
So I would hold my battles, on the box. And then one day, while I was doing that out in the grass, I saw a grasshopper. And I was like, you could probably fight
G.I. Joe.
Exactly. This is a great matchup. So I go to capture this grasshopper, but I like this grasshopper. I want to play with him. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not trying to be aggressive in my capturing.
He could be a top new fighter.
Dude, he's a great prospect.
Right.
So the measurables off the charts.
He's fast.
So I build this sort of cage for it using paver blocks. 12-inch by foot by foot stones basically that you use to make a path through your yard.
Okay, yeah.
And so I build this square.
It's arena, right?
It's an arena,
right?
Yeah, because we're not just gonna fight in the box. We got the grasshopper.
We got to pull out all the stops.
We have a real live fighter right now.
It's a huge match now.
I build the cage.
Yeah.
I go to get whatever.
Dude, I'm so invested.
sorry.
It's crazy like how emotionally invested I am in this.
It's just spam. It's
Are
just,
they
should I
fucking-
answer? You want me to answer?
Oh, dude, no, fucking answer.
I already hung up.
Shit. Who was it? Was it someone who would be good on to like a good phone call?
Or maybe it's just telemarketer.
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be
Anyways,
fun. Yeah.
you just cut that out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anyways. This story's so stupid.
No, dude.
But it's a core trauma of mine.
Yeah.
This
is important.
I build this cage.
We're working out this therapy.
I build this cage. Grasshoppers in the cage.
Yeah.
I have one of those. What's the cartoon with the sharks?
Oh, shark.
You know the one.
In, they used to have like
Power sharks or something. They like fight crime.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I had one of those.
I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, well, animal on animal fight.
Hammerheads? No. Whatever.
Might have been.
I forget what they were called.
Whatever.
Keep going.
Yeah. In the comments, tell us what the sharks
Let's
are.
go.
So I leave. I just walk away to go to the garage to get my shark.
Yeah.
When I come back, as I'm walking up, one of the stones of the cage tips over, crushes the grasshopper. And the grasshopper couldn't leave. It couldn't leave because I had built the cage too tall.
Yeah.
And I had big... Oh, man.
You fucked them up.
It's my fault.
Dude, you built a shitty octagon and that led to a dead fighter.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine the headlines that would have made if that was like real life.
Yeah, man.
Like, dude.
I didn't even have general liability insurance at the time. If this had made it into the papers...
Uninsured, unqualified architect leads to UFC fighter's demise.
What kind of a organization lets a 6-year-old build their fighting place?
There probably should have been some more OSHA laws in place.
Yeah. Anyway, so my haircuts.
Does that mean...
I've had a few throughout the years.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually do. I do the cycle. So the man bun.
Yeah.
So I have fucking ADHD like a motherfucker. We're just gonna
Yeah, for sure.
Round and
Let's
round.
fucking roll, dude.
So
will you do the bun occasionally still?
the bun is my indicator over the last, let's say, 15 years.
Yeah.
When I spend, there's a tipping point where if I spend more time with my hair up than down, I cut my hair.
Oh.
So when I reach that point, then it's just time for it to go.
Just because it's a pain in the ass. It's like too much.
So clearly I don't want this. Like,
Yeah.
why, if just because I don't think about whether my hair should be up or down. I just do it.
Right.
So if I find myself putting it up more than it's down,
right,
to me that's an indicator of like, you don't want this.
Oh, if you put it up more than you do down, then
so
you
get
cut
rid of it.
Gotcha,
and then go cut it.
Gotcha.
And then,
so it has nothing to do with like the look. It has nothing to do with like I like this style more. No. It looks better.
Do I look like a man with a well put together style?
Dude,
none of this is on purpose.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Kurt Cobain had a style, even though he looked like you found him in a dumpster. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm going for that heroin look.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm going for this guy's gonna be dead in a couple of years.
I'll take that needle. Yeah. But okay, so
that's a guy I could share needles with.
Dude, for sure.
When people see me in the grocery store, I want them to know I'm kind, I'm generous.
Yeah.
But like also like I fuck around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a superpower for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, so then do you feel like at some point you're going to go back to the clean cut? Do you think you'll ever cut your hair?
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to do it right now. I just don't know where to go. I don't know how to get a haircut. It's been fucking 4 years. I don't know who to go to get a haircut.
You know a lot of people. You could probably ask around. A lot of people around you have fresh haircuts. You know, like who's the guy, you know? Yeah.
I had a guy that I really liked.
Yeah.
And here's why I liked him.
Okay.
I'll tell you. He's a strange guy.
Yeah.
First time I went in to get my haircut from this guy, he had a massive black eye.
Okay.
Like had just been in a fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, interesting. I had long hair. I hadn't been to a barber in 2 years.
Right.
I walk in. I'm like, hey, man, can I get a cut? And his response to me, this is like a guy who's clearly like a little rough around the edges.
For sure.
Massive black eye.
If you got a big black eye, you're doing some shit.
And he looks at me and he's like, hey, man, I'm all booked up today, but I would love the opportunity to win your business. So why don't you give me your phone number? I'll text you some options of times that I'm available, and let's get that haircut for you.
He's got to pay for eye surgery.
And I was like, shit, that was like, I did not expect a barber to tell me you want to win my business. Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
Dude, that's nuts, dude.
And so it was like, cool. I was like, all right, that's cool. I go back. I get my haircut. I set up a time with him. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
A couple days later. I show up, 11 o'clock. Dude is not there. Like, all right. Text him.
He shows up with two black eyes.
Bro, I text him. He's like, I'm in the back. I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
He comes out, opens the door, lets me in, tells me, I got a couple guys coming in. I got to cut their hair before you. I'm like, I made this time. Like, I made an appointment with you, man.
Dude.
You told me
you wanted
like,
my business.
Yeah,
you're not really selling it right now, bro.
And he's like, look, man, I'm sorry, but these guys are it's my homies. I got to take care of them.
Damn.
The guys come in. We start chat. I'm like, all right, whatever. I need a haircut. It's Saturday at 11. I got nothing else to do. So I sit down. These guys come in.
Yeah.
And they start chatting. We're all just chatting, like whatever. And they're like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I heard we took your spot. Like, I'm just going to, they're going to like porn star bowling that night, which apparently is an event where you bowl with porn stars. I don't know. I guess it's a thing. And he's like, I gotta look good. Like I really gotta get my fade right.
I love that priority in their heads. It's like, dude, they have porn star night, so put all the other clients are on the back burner.
And I respect
porn star night. Dude, for sure.
I found that out
and
and to understand that their situation was as important to the barber as it was to them, enough to kick me from my spot. I respected that.
Well, and it also makes you think, like, if I get on that level with this guy, he's going to treat me the same.
Sure.
Like, I'm going to be that guy that's in line going to the porn star bowling.
Never mind that I get one haircut every 5 years.
Yeah, right.
So they finish up.
Yeah.
Dude reaches into his pocket.
Yeah.
Pulls out.
The barber?
No. The guy who just got his haircut. Pulls out like a quarter of weed.
Yeah.
Just drops it into the barber's hands. And the barber's like, all right, we're good. And the barber just takes the weed. These guys walk out, and he's like, hop up.
He just paid in weed.
Yep.
And then immediately you knew you were in the right place.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is my barber.
This is where I'm meant to be.
Sat down. He gave me a good cut. And then next, actually,
good cut.
I got regular cuts for maybe a couple of months.
Yeah.
Next time I went in, there was a dad with his kid. Kid had Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And the barber is cutting the kid with Down syndrome's hair.
Yeah.
And the barber is just having like so much fun chatting with this kid, like having a good time.
Yeah.
Really like making the experience good for someone who like might not be comfortable, you know, in
a
situation like that, getting their hair cut.
For sure.
And just making it good and comfortable for a kid that that has special needs. And I was like, damn, this guy can prioritize porn star bowling attendee haircuts and over me. And take care of this kid with Down syndrome and make sure he's good and comfortable. Dude. I was like, this is a fucking guy. This is a real dude right here.
Dude, what
like,
a true homie.
I will get my hair cut from this guy for as long as I get my hair cut. And
so you see him every 5 years?
Yeah, every couple of years. But I just always respected that, man.
That's dope, dude. Man, yeah, I don't know. Like, haircuts are weird. I remember having to get haircuts at my house during COVID. When it was like pandemic, because you couldn't go anywhere, and
I didn't have to deal with that.
I'm gonna go to you.
At
really?
All. Yeah, because you know,
dude,
that was COVID was right here.
Yeah, COVID
just right about here.
It's like the tree with the rings, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was wild. I had to because my normal guy wouldn't come out. He's like, no, I'm just not working right now.
Yeah.
And so I had to get a referral from a buddy, and there was some chick who would come over my place and just I would just take a dining chair in my backyard. And she'd buzz me up and shit. It was not a fun story.
A friend of mine, I got a good story.
Yeah.
Kind of about that. A friend of mine, I won't name names because you know these people and they won't appreciate me name dropping them.
You can tell me after the show.
A couple of very close friends of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're over one day and one of them had clippers. He was trying to get a haircut. Asked one of our friends to cut his hair for him.
Okay.
So dude brought over his clippers. They're sitting in the backyard. Same thing. Sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Just getting buzzed up.
Yeah.
About halfway through the cut, I turn to my friend. I'm like, hey, those are the clippers you shave your balls with?
Is that Manscaped, bro?
He stopped. We all just looked at each other. He was like, yeah. Yeah.
No fucking way. What was my reaction of...
Dude, my other friend just looked at him and was like,
dude,
just finish.
just get this over with.
Just get it over with.
As possible, dude. We never speak of this again.
Oh, such a great moment.
Ever again. God dang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Full transparency. I use my Manscaped trimmer because like they're one of my sponsors for the tech channel. I use my Manscaped trimmer for my face,
Of course.
all the time. But it's mine. It's my own. You know, it's like I'm because you're constantly like I lick my own balls and not care. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
But your friends, like your balls on your friend's face, that's a different.
Like, yo,
vibe.
can you clean up my mustache real quick?
Oh, dude.
Yep, Manscaped is a sponsor. They sponsor everyone, huh?
They really.
I didn't mean it like that. It sounds like
I was like
you don't deserve
if
sponsorship.
they're sponsoring me, who won't they sponsor?
Yeah, but I do mean it that way.
But I mean that's probably why everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
Who have you guys worked with that's been cool on the FoodBeast side? First of all, I guess we should intro that then.
Oh,
like,
sure.
How long have you been working for FoodBeast? What do they do? And like, what's your role there?
Yeah. So, damn, I don't even know how long I've been with FoodBeast.
Long ass time.
Got to be close to 10 years now.
Yeah. Decade.
Yeah. FoodBeast is a food media company, so we cover food.
Yeah.
Could be like packaged food, could be fast food new releases, could be we make recipe videos and share that stuff, and then also like my job is to work in our live production department. So I'm responsible for producing. We have a live cooking competition show called Kitchen League.
Yeah,
where,
Kitchen League.
Yeah, we
Kitchen
do
League's dope.
head-to-head cooking competitions where the chat gets to live sabotage the people while they cook.
Hell yeah.
So it's kind of fun. Make them do things like cook blindfolded, chop onions blindfolded, or jump on a trampoline while you're trying to cook. Funny, kind of some funny stuff.
And you broadcast that, you stream it to Twitch, right?
Yeah, we stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then
super fun show.
Thanks,
super
man.
fucking fun show.
Thanks.
I've got the opportunity to watch it a few times, and I'm just like, dude, this feels like it could be on Food Network or something. You know,
Thanks,
like,
man. That's very kind words.
It's very polished. You guys have, and I've seen how you guys have polished it over the years because you've been doing it for how long now?
Yeah, I mean, we started in I believe it was like close to 2016.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's been around for some time now.
For sure. Yeah, it's a hell of a fun show, dude.
And it started off just us doing it in our office.
Yeah.
Like we literally just put two tables together and had some burners we put on the tables.
Yeah.
And then it's grown over time. You now have a studio that we produce out of in Santa Ana.
That is awesome.
We do weekly cooking shows in there too. So I get in there and cook recipes. We basically film recipe videos that we release on our Instagram, our TikTok. We share it on other platforms.
Yeah.
But if you come and watch on Twitch, you get a little bit of behind the scenes look.
My bad.
You f***ed up my plug!
This fucking phone! Damn it!
Honestly, the streams are whatever. They're kind of shit.
What are you talking about, bro?
I have imposter syndrome since you dropped your phone. No, they're fun, man. We do weekly cooking streams. We're going to do one tomorrow. So every Thursday. We've been doing them at 2 p.m. now. We're going to make a recipe video.
So wait, and you're on the streams, aren't you? You're on the cooking streams. I've seen you on them.
Yeah, so for the cooking streams, I do the cooking.
Yeah.
And Eli, who is the founder of FoodBeast, is on there filming. Yeah. And then for Kitchen League, I'm behind the scenes. I'm doing the directing. I used to be a judge on that show. Right. But as the show got more and more complex and you just a little more demanding on the production side, I kind of stepped away from on camera and became more of behind the scenes. So I'm the director on those shows.
Do you have a preference, like versus being behind the scenes? Is that like really like what you enjoy the most, or how does that compare to being on camera? Because like they're so different. Dude, they're so different, and I feel like you are the type of person who can do both. What do you prefer, and what are the pros and cons of both?
Yeah, I like them both. I really enjoy both.
Yeah.
I enjoy when you get to hop on camera, just like right now, man. Just hop out. We're having a conversation, having a good time. So if you're well prepared, which I'm not for this, I didn't prepare at all for this. But
it's not your job to be prepared. Right. You just show up.
You're kind of shitting the bed, though. I just want to be honest. If I can just be clear.
Dropping it.
But I enjoy just getting out there, having fun, right?
Yeah.
But I also really enjoy being part of what makes a show hum. Yeah. And so with Kitchen League, it's become like a pretty complex show. We have custom software that integrates with the Twitch API so the chat can like real time input their feedback. They can activate sabotages and vote on which sabotage they want.
Can you explain that a little bit, the sabotages?
Sure.
I think a lot of people might not know.
Sure. So yeah, it's a cooking competition show where the chat can sabotage the people who are cooking. And those sabotages can be things like cooking blindfolded. So if the chat activates that, whoever's cooking has to put a blindfold on for the next 2 minutes. They're stuck cooking with a blindfold on.
Damn. And that's like they vote whether to help them or hurt them.
Right.
Type of thing.
Right. So the chat gets to, we have like a bar across the bottom of the screen. You use your channel points, which on Twitch is basically just like currency you get for watching the channel.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you any money. It's just
Right.
the longer you watch, the more points you get.
For sure.
So every person who's watching can contribute their channel points to fill up this bar.
Yeah.
Once the bar gets filled, it activates a sabotage.
Yeah.
And the chat gets 30 seconds. Vote which one you want. We have 4 options during every cooking session.
Yeah.
And chat gets to vote which one of the 4 they want. And whichever one they vote on gets activated in the room.
It's such a cool idea. I think it's so unique, and like I feel like I've seen certain shows on Food Network and stuff in the past that have like kind of touched certain elements of that, but nothing to the level of like live interaction. It's so fucking cool. And I did know that at one point you guys had T.I.
T-Pain.
T-Pain, sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't T.I. T-Pain, who I've actually gotten the privilege to see like in concert or whatever.
Yeah?
He performed at TwitchCon several years ago.
Yeah.
And it was super dope seeing him. What was it like working with T-Pain? And I also noticed that in the rankings, because you guys have like the total rankings,
Yeah.
he's like the very bottom. Was he just a really bad cook, or was that because he just got dissed by chat? Was chat just like, fucking, dude, we're going to sabotage the fuck out of this guy? So tell me a little bit about that. I found that very fascinating.
Okay. Well, so first with T-Pain, he is... he's like every bit of what you expect T-Pain to be when he walks into a room.
I like that.
He's just so hyped, so excited. He was having a blast. Like the whole time. He's just having so much fun.
Right.
Like it's hard to turn the camera away from him, right?
Yeah.
We have a show, 8 people are on camera, right?
He's like he's like rolling all the time. It's like he's on ecstasy constantly. It's
Dude,
like,
it was
how do you
awesome.
It's
Just awesome to be around him. He's just such good energy.
So positive. Yeah.
Incredibly positive.
For sure.
This was during when we did the show, it was during COVID. So we had really strict COVID protocols in the studio.
Yeah.
And he came in with a mask
Yeah.
that looked like a fucking transformer. It was like huge. It lit up. It did all this stuff. And I was like, of course T-Pain has the coolest mask. Like whatever it is, like he has the coolest one.
The version of it. Yeah.
So he was awesome, man. He was really fun. He was game for everything. You know, when you have a show like this, where you're putting people who are competing or they're really putting themselves out there, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if they're not like great at cooking.
Sure.
Which like T-Pain's not on the show because he's like, spoiler alert, an amazing cook.
Yeah.
He's on the show because he's a great entertainer.
For sure.
And so we have him on there. We pair him up with someone else who can cook.
Yeah.
And you're really kind of putting yourself out there when you're competing at something that you're maybe not the greatest at.
Definitely.
And so we try to be really aware of that.
Yeah.
But sometimes, even with like as much comfort as we can try to provide, you know, the weight of it can get to people. And it's live.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to hide behind.
Yeah, exactly.
So when people feel uncomfortable or if someone
Yeah.
really feels like they're like unhappy with how something's going, it
Was
reads.
he feeling
No.
uncomfortable?
That's where I'm getting down.
Okay.
T-Pain was not uncomfortable
No
at
filter,
all, right?
nothing. Yeah.
He just like faced it all and just had so much fun.
Yeah.
So it's really, really fun.
That's super
have him
dope.
on the
That's
show.
super dope to just be able to. It's almost like a superpower in a way to like just enjoy life anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which it seems like he's got that superpower.
It seems like I haven't seen him anywhere but our studio, so maybe he just really liked being. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
What, that he just liked?
Yeah, he just liked our show. The rest of the world,
yeah.
He's like he's a bummer everywhere
All the other
else.
million shows I've been on, they're all trash. It's all about Kitchen League.
Yeah.
Has there ever been anything? Because one of the things that we talk about on the show is like fails. Like we're very open with like our fails and like moments that like we just dropped the ball or like something fucked up, went south. That's the thing with like a live production is like there are no you can't fix it in post, as they say.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a Kitchen League when you're doing this shit where things have just gone south, like some shit hit the fan and it was an oh shit moment? Have you ever had an oh shit moment?
Is that a serious question?
No, it is.
Never once. Like, dude, I have such a list.
I know the answer, but I want the details of the answer.
All right,
So
of course.
give it to me.
Which one do you want?
Give me the best. Give me the one that's gonna.
Do you want the
hit
one where
best.
the power went out 2 minutes before a show started? Do you want the one where here's the best one.
Okay.
We were talking earlier. Do I like to be on camera? Do I like to be behind the scenes? So when I was still on camera, we had a Kitchen League show. Right, I was talking a little bit. We have custom software.
Yeah.
That's built into that reads information from the Twitch API.
Yeah.
that software is what we use to activate sabotages, right? So it's how the chat interacts with our show in real time.
Sure.
So it's really like our entire show premise is built around this real-time interaction between the chat and the show.
Right.
So sometimes our software has a glitch. I wrote that software, by the way. So
is this all on you?
It's my fault.
Is that what you're saying?
It's my fault. I take full responsibility.
Okay.
But the responsibility is only half of it.
Okay.
We do a version of this show called Challengers vs. Champs. It's what it was called at the time. We did it with Amazon. Amazon contracted us to build this show for them.
Okay.
We built 4 episodes of the first season of this show. And in episode 1, I'm on screen
the pilot,
as a judge.
The pilot of this show.
Dude, I'm on screen as a judge, sitting at the judge's booth on camera. And our software takes a shit. It just breaks. I'm on camera, the only person who can fix this.
Exactly. I was just about to say.
You go back and watch this episode, the judge's booth has 3 people in it. Yeah. I'm sitting in the middle with my laptop in front of me, with my head down, typing furiously.
Yeah, right.
While the 2 people on either side of me are like,
the fuck's going on? Yeah.
It's broken. What do we do? And I'm like, I'm working on it. Don't say it. Your mic is hot. Like, shut the fuck up. Just don't acknowledge it. Just fucking turn everyone away. And so I spent probably 10 minutes of that episode literally on camera coding the fix to the software that I then have to deploy to our server as a hot fix in the middle of the show.
Oh my God.
It was the most stressful moment I've had. It's like very specialized to my experience.
For sure.
Everyone else is just looking at me like, you gonna fix it? You gonna fucking fix it or what?
Usually a lot of productions will have like redundancy where they'll have 2 guys that can do the same job.
I'm pretty sure they're asking me for number scores for stuff, and I'm like 6, and just yelling stuff out. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't.
Just yeeting shit out there.
But yeah, we have redundancy now.
Now, right?
But it would have been nice then.
Oh man, those I feel like those are like the fun kind of memorable growing pains of just like being a smaller production as you work your way up. Before you have a full team, you have to wear multiple hats, and sometimes it bites you in the ass. You're just like, oh shit, this is beyond my bandwidth limitation right now, and it can happen it often happens at the most inopportune times.
Totally. It feels like that, right? But I guess when it happens at regular times, you just fix it. But you only remember the ones that
exactly.
It's so much fun, though. That's what makes live fun, right?
Exactly,
like, that's what makes it so much more... For me, it's so much more rewarding than pre-producing something.
For sure.
Sending it to edit for a month and a half. Like, it happens. You're flying, baby. But once it starts, like, show starts...
Yeah.
There's no way out but through.
Well, it's like a play. It's like a Broadway play.
Totally.
You know, like the show must go on. No matter what happens, the show must go on. There's no sense of pressure like that where there's a fire under your ass when you're filming a movie. Because it's like, oh, dude, like we can, like no one's going to see this until it's perfect. But you have to just fucking, whatever you got is what has to happen on a live production.
Yeah, there's no reshoots.
It's a play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't speak to what it's like on a film production. I'm sure you graduate your stresses. Like, I'm sure with the bigger a production gets, there's always something there. But
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
There is something just beautiful about live to me, of like just flying, and it comes from like, I mean, a piece of our history here too, right? We used to play in bands together.
Yeah,
I think that like
we were in a garage band in high school.
We were.
Dude, we had some good memories. Just playing, like going to band practice. We had that one weird guy because we were really looking for a vocalist, and we found that guy. And he was so wild, dude. That guy
I was
so
thinking
weird,
about
dude.
him the other day, and I was like, I'm not going to say his name on this show because I feel like that's just...
It's just, but I mean, it's just his first name. But dude, we found him. He went to a different school. I don't even know how we got linked up with him, but he was the vocalist and interesting guy. Such an interesting guy.
Well, he had a I don't know if you remember this. He had a blog where he would rate and rank the music of all of the local bands that were producing stuff. So like he would when
oh my God,
Ghost of Yesterday put out an EP from what was that? What was the recording studio that
Oh my God. Oh,
The one by the train tracks in La Habra.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. But when you go to that studio, the studio that every band from the high school went and recorded at, they would release that, and this guy
would just blast him.
Keyboard warrior,
Straight up keyboard warrior. Oh my, he was like one of the original trolls of the internet. He would, well, not maybe a troll, but he would just...
Yeah, I don't know if he was a troll. Maybe just kind of like a dick.
Always very critical of
critical.
Like, no one could do... Like, he just had this, like, superiority complex. Where
I like to think then he joined our shitty band and was humbled.
Yeah. No shit.
He's like, oh, yeah, you know what? Writing good music's hard. Maybe I should take it easier on everybody else.
We're exactly the type of man he would join.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's so facts.
Yeah,
though.
we were not good.
No. It was just for fun. It was purely for fun. It wasn't like we were ever going to get anywhere with it, but it was just like, dude, it was better than math. You know,
That's for sure.
Dude,
That's for sure.
It was better than math. What the fuck are you going to do? Like, hand a kid a bass guitar, he's probably going to gravitate towards that more than a fucking textbook. You know what I mean?
I guess it depends on the kid.
I mean, it depends on the kid.
Like, you remember...
I don't know, a creative kid.
Wait, should we not just talk about people from high school? Is that weird?
No. Talk about, like last episode I mentioned like a million names. I just blurted it out.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Just go.
Well, this is nice stuff. I'm not gonna say anything bad. But you remember? Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even remember that. I can't even believe that I remembered his last name.
Dude, that kid was building like advanced robotic machines in high school.
Like, yeah, he was like
Like
Elon
that
Musk.
kid-
Elon Musk shit.
I call him kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's our age.
He's
but
probably got a
in
kid.
I only remember him as a kid, right? Because I haven't seen him since high school. I would love to know what that guy's up to, because he was so impressive back then.
I was telling
He would pick math over a bass guitar.
Yeah, I was telling Ian about this. Like, I ran into not too long ago. I don't know if you remember her.
Yeah.
I ran into her in Venice like a few weeks ago, and we followed each other on Instagram, and I was like, I wonder who's following her. And so I went on and I started looking up like so many familiar names, because she was mega popular in high school.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, oh my God, like I cannot believe, like, names that you haven't heard in 20 years.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, holy shit, what are they up to? And you look at their profile, and it's just so interesting to see like what direction people that you used to know have taken, because like when you're in high school, you really can't predict where people are going to end up, because it's so early on. There's no way. So it's always going to blow your mind every time you look at someone's profile 20 years in advance. You're gonna be like, holy shit, that guy's traveling the world, or you know, like pounding beers, like dude, it was and this is like 5 a.m. shit, right? I'm like, I can't sleep. And
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
Dude, I was going in that rabbit hole. I'm like, oh my God.
You know what's funny?
This person has 12 kids. Yeah.
It's almost like you have a time machine.
It really is.
Because you haven't thought about this person in 20 years.
100%.
And now you just get to see them 20 years
You're
in the
a time
future.
traveler, dude.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, you have to think about it. It's like, it's been, 20 years since high school? Like, some of us have died. Some of it,
well, not us. Not some of us.
Not you and I. But, like, for sure, like, some of us won't make it.
That's not a... I don't want to go down this path.
Some of us won't make it till the end. That's a really sad path.
I know a couple already.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it just makes you grateful. Honestly.
Yeah, man.
You want some more?
Cheers.
Some whiskey?
Oh,
No, you can't cheers with that. What the fuck is that?
Fair enough.
I mean, that's shit.
Fair enough. So how are we doing, Kyle? Have we hit our dick quota for your podcast? I feel like I've listened to a few episodes and...
Do you think we've hit? I mean, as a listener, because you have an unbiased perspective as a listener, do you think we've hit our dick quota, or do you think we can go for some more dicks?
I'm personally good on the dicks.
Yeah,
but
we're not dick deficient.
I don't think so. But I'm curious.
I don't think so.
You said you built an agenda in case I was boring.
No,
I'm curious to know what you got on there, huh?
Okay, so
what you got on that?
I wanted
Google
to talk
sheet?
to you about what. Hold on, can I pee first?
Of course.
All right.
We're old enough that you should never have to ask for permission to pee.
All right, dude. So there was something that I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Which was about all your meat, bro.
My meat,
dude. So like, I feel like half the photos of you in your Instagram and stuff are just you holding a big piece of meat.
Yeah.
Which I'm like at this point, just get an OnlyFans. But I will say you specialize in the art of barbecue. I have been privileged and lucky enough to enjoy some of the tasty meats that you've put on display. And holy shit, you know what you're doing when it comes to a big slab of meat. So, first of all, I'm going to take a gander. I'm going to take a guess right here and say that your favorite type of meat is brisket.
It's a good guess.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Sick. Okay. Because I think you've made that for me once or twice, and I was like, oh, if this is not his favorite meat, like I can't even imagine what would be better than this. What would top this? My head would explode.
Yeah, you know what? Beef ribs, close second.
So good.
They're really good.
So fucking good. Now, tell me a little bit about this fascination, this obsession, this hobby of yours that you've been able to master over the years. How did you get into cooking meat and barbecue, and what's that journey been like?
Yeah, sure, man. So I feel like I love cooking barbecue. That's like my favorite thing to cook.
Yeah.
I feel like to really get into the history of it, you have to go all the way back to my childhood.
Okay.
Right. Grew up in Texas.
Texas born.
Barbecue is on the side of the road in the same way that like taquerias are here. You know, it's like it's kind of you could get fast food barbecue. I'm not saying it's good.
Right.
I'm just saying it's there.
It's just that prevalent.
So it's something that's like it's just part of the fabric of the culture in Texas.
Sure.
So for me, it's always been kind of around. And then when I was, this would have been in like 2013, I did a road trip from Maine back to California.
Oh, wow.
And I did that with my now wife, and we stopped it took us like 3 weeks, and we stopped in a lot of different states. And on the drive back, as we were going through the South, we stopped and we ate a bunch of barbecue.
Yeah.
So as you go through the South, right, you stop in different states with different styles.
Right.
So you go through Tennessee, you have like Memphis style barbecue. You get into Kansas City, have Kansas City style barbecue.
Yeah.
North Carolina have like Carolina style, right?
Did you have a fave?
For me, it was Texas. So
wow.
I really enjoyed Texas barbecue.
Do you think that has to do with the fact that you were born and raised there, or do you think there's just something special about Texas barbecue that does it differently than everywhere else in the country?
You know what? I don't think it has to do with growing up there. I think it's just that I prefer beef, and beef is king in Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of other regions, pork is more prominent. Like Carolina, pork is more prominent. They do whole hog in Carolina.
Gotcha.
That's their shit. And that's awesome too. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
Ribs are prominent in Kansas City, right? They also do burnt ends, which are brisket, but it's like heavily sauced, really sweet.
Okay.
That which doesn't really resonate with me.
Gotcha.
Texas is a little more
savory, maybe.
Yeah, a little more savory, a little more beef forward, less sauce.
Yeah.
Not that, I feel like it's a myth that you can't sauce Texas barbecue. That's not true. You can. But every barbecue spot you go to has sauces on the table.
What is there a thing with Texas barbecue that they don't put sauce on it?
Yeah, that's kind of the myth.
Dry?
Yeah, that you're not allowed to, right? That if you eat Texas, real Texas barbecue doesn't have sauce.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't really put sauce, but hey, man, put what you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like why brisket is my favorite. Beef ribs a close second because there's such like beefy cuts.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that beef forward flavor.
Well, give me some pro tips, dude, because I love my meats as well. If you don't put sauce on the meats and you're barbecuing, then you're seasoning it, right?
Yeah.
So what are you seasoning your shit with? Is it like a simple salt and peppers or some secret sauce in there? Like what's the seasoning game look like?
Depends what you're making.
Okay.
Beef, I'm almost always doing salt, pepper, garlic.
Yeah.
They call it SPG.
Yeah.
But I'll do typically a ratio of kosher salt to Lowry salt to celery salt.
Okay.
So I'll do some kind of ratio of those three.
Oh, interesting.
So you're getting other flavors in there through like the Lowry's especially. It's got some other stuff in there.
Yeah.
So
it's very simple. Like the seasoning is very simple. The meat speaks for itself. And are you going to like a special butcher for this, like a local butcher? Are you getting this at your local grocery store? Like where do you get the source?
Brisket's hard in California. It's a little hard.
Yeah.
So Costco is a decent spot to get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you want to get a brisket, you can usually get them there.
Nice.
And then, other than that, you kind of got to find a butcher shop that is ready to supply you for barbecue.
Okay.
Because for the most part, like in California, a lot of spots, if they do brisket. So brisket's an interesting cut. It's 2 muscles stacked on top of each other with a layer of fat in between.
What part of the cow is brisket?
It's right up here. It's like the chest
armpit?
into the shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is
it's
kind of
right
like
there.
All right.
Yeah, the armpit's right on the side.
A little bit of armpit.
Yeah.
Armpit adjacent.
Armpit
I would say.
adjacent.
All right.
Yeah, so you get a good cut of brisket, but a lot of the times here where like we won't be using it for barbecue typically, brisket I think is more commonly, it's like a higher Asian population in California. Brisket's really common in a lot of different Asian cuisines in different cuts, like sliced really thin.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you that, obviously, but
yeah.
So that's, I think a more common use for brisket in California.
Sure.
So they'll separate the 2 muscles. You might buy like a smaller flat, which is the leaner muscle of a brisket versus the point, which is like the fattier.
Gotcha.
But you got to find a brisket that's got them both if you're going to do barbecue.
Okay, dope. Now is like I'm such a noob when it comes to meats. Like I hear a lot about ribeye and stuff like that and prime rib. Are those things that you don't barbecue? Are those things that like have like types of meats that you have to cook differently? And why is that? Like why is brisket so popularly barbecued and other meats aren't?
Yeah. Brisket, you have to barbecue because it sucks every other way.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good.
What is it like?
It's so tough. It's a really, really tough. So that's why also like sliced really thin.
Yeah.
Or cooked low and slow until all of the connective tissue just melts.
Gotcha.
So when it's sliced really thin, you don't really have too much trouble with it because it's just so small. It's so tender.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a big cut of brisket and have it palatable, you have to break down all of that connective tissue. If you ate it like a steak, it wouldn't be good.
And so that's low and slow, like low temperature, long time cooking.
Yeah, you're melting basically all of the fat and the collagen and connective tissue in the inside the fibers that keep the muscle together.
I see.
They'll melt at a certain temperature if you get there gently.
Gotcha.
So that's why you have to kind of slowly raise the temperature up until it all starts to melt into meat jello.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
And then it's good. It's real good.
Damn. So then what's the most common style for like ribeye or prime rib?
Yeah, I cook a lot of ribeye. If I do, prime rib is different, but prime rib is like the full length that a ribeye is cut from. Same muscle, same cut off the cow.
Yeah.
But a ribeye would be like this whole thing cut into 14 steaks.
Gotcha.
Prime rib would be the whole thing cooked together.
Yeah.
And then you slice off the piece you want at the end.
I see.
Yeah. And so for a prime rib, you could do that low and slow. You could smoke a prime rib. I've done it. It's amazing.
So when you say low and slow, like what's the longest time you've smoked a fucking piece of brisket? Are we talking like hours, days?
Probably like 13 hours.
13 hours.
13 hours, the longest.
Whoa.
I think the longest I've ever smoked a brisket. I cook a little hotter and faster than like conventional low and slow. Okay. Some people think like 225 is the target that you would hit.
Yeah.
That's sort of like conventional wisdom.
Okay.
I cook closer 275.
Oh, you cook a little higher then.
Yeah, a little higher.
A little less low and slow.
A little less low.
Okay. What do you find that does to the meat at the end of the day?
I don't think it does a whole lot to the meat. I think it lets me go to bed.
Lets you
know, like it finishes sooner. Because I've started now. I'm an
adult, bro. I got shit to do.
Yeah, dude,
today.
I have shit to do.
I got shit to do.
So I'll cook. I now will cook the day before I serve. So I'll cook and then I'll hold overnight.
Dope.
And then serve. So the sooner I can get it done, the less time I have to spend just sitting next to.
I saw an Instagram post where you were like, "Dude, I started cooking this meat." When in California, when my sister who lives in Texas was dealing with the frozen pipes situation, and I served the meat when she was here in California, and she'd flown all that way. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
hell yeah. I thought that was also a cool post because maybe it was that post or something similar to it where you were like, dude, like you'll never get tired of like how fascinated you are by how just like heat and time and a big cut of meat can bring people together. And I think that's so true because like when you look at all like the major holidays, when you gather with family, it's always like everyone's surrounding a big piece of meat. No one's ever been like, hey, let's get together because I got some like kidney beans. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can come over. I got some tofu.
Yeah,
like, it's always a big piece of meat, bro. Not that shit can't be good. I've had some amazing vegan, vegetarian dishes. But it seems like whenever you're just around friends and like, you know, you invite people over and it's like a really chill vibe, it's always like you're surrounded by meat.
I do think it's sort of ingrained in our culture in maybe a questionable way. Like I'm probably the most vegan apologetic meathead that
really?
you'll find.
Do you apologize to vegans? You're like, I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean I apologize to vegans, because I do what I do and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm truly honest with myself, like if you really like, if you can separate the cultural learnings and the normalization of eating meat the way we do, and like you're talking about it being a centerpiece for everybody to come and join and like sort of celebrate.
Sure.
Right. If you can remove that, the like truth about how we raise animals and the way we consume them at alarming rates is like, it's an ugly truth.
It's insane. Yeah.
And it's hard to justify. It's
sure.
unjustifiable, actually.
For sure. Other than it tastes good.
Right.
That's the argument.
Just fucking stupid reason.
That's the argument. It's nothing logical.
But still, I love to do it. I love to cook big cuts of meat, and I enjoy a lot about it, right? I enjoy that it's a treat that brings people together. I enjoy that it's a process that takes a long time.
But see,
that I find artistry in, and I like pour myself into, because it's an offering to the people I love. Like, I love all of that about it, and it's true. But at the end of the day, it's truly like unjustifiable. Yeah, it's hard to really like. I feel like I could, like, all of the things that I love about spending 12 hours smoking a brisket for my closest friends.
Dude, there's something beautiful about that.
There is. Sure. But I feel like I could spend 12 hours with some tofu, and that shit would be delicious. and I could still, like, you know, and as someone where like food is my love language, that's how I like.
Yeah.
It's really like how I express my, like, even when we have parties at the house, right? And I know we're gonna have like 40 people over, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I like purposefully make myself cook. I set up a pizza oven and I make pizzas for 40 people.
Right.
Like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I like being in that spot as like the person who can provide something to the space as a way to show their appreciation to the people who are there.
For sure. It's like, I think the older you get, you realize that the most valuable resource in existence is time. Money can be regenerated over and over. There's an infinite amount of money, but time is something that you can't. Yo, bro, you barking up the wrong tree, boy. But I feel like with time, giving someone your time, in my opinion, it can be more valuable than giving someone anything else, your money or whatever. And also just like, you get a high, like there's a dopamine release from seeing someone just fucking vibe out on some shit that you just made for 13 hours. You know what I mean? Like that's got to be a release. That's got to be a dopamine release. Like, dude, everyone's just like, you're like, oh shit, Chris, this shit is so fucking good. It's like there's a difference.
I wish I got that reaction,
dude.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You gotta invite me to some more fucking parties, bro, because that's gonna be me all the time, dude. I'm like, Jesus. But it's a human thing, 100%. You know, making meats, bringing people together. You know, and it's like one of those things. Yeah, sure, you could make a good vegan tofu dish that sets people off, that fires people up. But I think we're just in a society, in a culture where we're a long ways from that being the holy grail of this thing that we surround ourselves with.
I like that we're getting closer. I think we're getting closer.
It's cool.
I think there's the more. It's weird because I have two minds about like vegan meat substitutes.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like the best vegan foods I've ever had are just vegetables. Like, they're so good.
Right. When let's not discount them.
They're
not pretending to be something they're not.
Right. Well, and vegetables are never pretending to be anything.
Exactly.
People are trying to convince you that vegetables should be something different. But they're beautiful. Like, some of the best dishes I've ever had in my life are just vegetable based, and it's not like, it's just is what it is.
Right.
But I also think like it helps pierce the veil in culture to replace items that people crave and that we have this like attachment to.
Yeah.
Like, I can make a vegan cheeseburger that's every bit as good
for sure
as a cheeseburger that
I've had
many.
I've had many that I'm like, I wouldn't be able to tell in a million years
So that's awesome.
It was vegan.
That's a great
sure.
step. Like I think that's
100%.
an awesome step. So I'm while I do maybe a little bit of a dichotomy here. I love smoking meats.
Yeah.
I love large format meat. Like that's for me, it's my favorite
format?
thing. Large format.
What does
baby.
that mean? Just like
large
10
format.
pounds or higher?
Well, like you talk about prime, like a prime rib, right?
Yeah,
like it's 14 steaks.
Some pounds.
You know,
some pounds on it.
Yeah, I like that large format. We all eat off of the same cut, right? We carve pieces like a big turkey, right? We all carve pieces off of the same thing.
Right.
It's large format. You don't have your individual.
It's
chicken.
family style, bro. It's family style.
It's just something about sharing that way.